Hi everyone, Ebony here. Welcome to my channel. Today I plan to share with you some of my process when creating a journal. I'll be using some beautiful digitals from Carolyn's Musings Etsy shop. I am so honored to participate in her collaboration along with 6 other crafty women, with Carolyn being one of them. She actually kicked off this collaboration on December 1st. And as you can see, I have the schedule showing here. So that way you can go back and check out days 1, 2, and 3 if you haven't already seen them. But we're all using Carolyn's Christmas garden kit. She has 4 different variations to choose from. One is a paper pack, one is a junk journal kit, she has a add-on kit, and also some writing papers. So for a complete flip through of these different kits, please visit Carolyn's YouTube channel, or you can check out her Etsy shop, which I will link down below. And I'll also be listing the other lady YouTube channels that's participating in this collaboration as well. And if you haven't already, subscribe to their channels. I'm sure that they would absolutely love that. So for me today, what I plan on doing is creating a journal. I'm not quite sure how my setup is going to be. I'm hoping I can get everything in frame, but let me see. Let me bring this up just a little bit. If you want, you can screenshot that, so that way you can check out their channels. But again, I will have them all linked down below. But what I plan on making is a journal using some of her papers. I actually have taken bits and pieces from each kit. So from all 4 kits, I have taken some different elements from it, and I plan on just putting them all together and making a tall, skinny journal. So I have done some of the prep work already. I plan on having 2 signatures, and it will measure 4 1/8 by 10 3/4. My pockets that I will have on the inside will be 4 1/8 by 4 3/4. So what I plan on doing is having my tall, skinny journal. And I do. I have a piece of clear acetate paper, and I'm going to make my spine using this, and I think I'm going to make that about 2 inches. So I'm going to cut that. So let me do that right quick. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. I'm gonna bring in my my board, and I'm gonna try my best not to rock the camera so much. So again, I plan on having my spine for my journal at 2 inches. Well, I'll go at 2 1/8 of an inch, just so I can have a little wiggle room, because I am going to stitch that together. You guys will see it. And then what is my height? 10 3/4. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this down to, I know I'm all in the camera, to 10 3/4. Alrighty. Okie doke. Normally, I just create everything and then show my finished project, but I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone. So yeah, that's the perfect height for that. I am trying to step out of my comfort zone and just show just a little bit of my process, not the full thing, but just little bits and pieces of it. So anyhow, I did do a little bit of prep work, and in that I already started on one of the signatures, because I do plan on having 2 signatures. So this will be my 2 signatures. I already did the stitching down this one here, so I need to do the stitching on this one. And I will add a few different elements on the inside as well. I like to have different book pages and just different pages inside of my journals. And so I did do one where I stitched the page down. So I still have to stitch this one, my my second signature. So this is where I have to still do some stitching. I did do a few ruffles. Let's see, what did I do with those? So I did create some ruffles that I plan to add to my journal. So I did this plain burgundy, and then I did these here, which I still need to just cut apart, because when I do my ruffles, I just do a long string of them and then just cut them all apart. So I have 5 of these, 5 or 6 of these, I believe, that I will be adding to my journals as well. And when it comes to them, I don't worry about things being neat, because for me, it is a junk journal for a reason. So I like the messy look. And then I have this one here. I just cut some of the string down so they're not extra long. So that's what I normally do. I will do my stitching off camera though, because again, my setup is not the best for that, and I'm not quite sure on how to edit out all the noise from the sewing machine going. So I do have ruffles that will go on the inside of my journal. What I did with some of the elements that came in her journal, I made these little pieces here, and this is all fabric except for the words. This is on cardstock. So I do have a couple of those that I already stitched around, so I can add this to my journal as well, which you will see, of course, in the finished results. And I think what I am going to do is make a few more ruffles, because I like to have different colors. Not to say I'm going to add them all to my journal, but I will have some tan and this different color brown than this one with the gold. So I will do another string of ruffles. And oh, one more thing, let me show you this. I actually did start laying out pieces for a snippet roll, because while I was doing the ruffles, I thought, oh, I should make a snippet roll. I haven't made a snippet roll in a very long time. So let me see, let me just pull this in for you guys to show you this snippet roll. Nothing is tacked down or sewn down just yet, but this is my snippet roll that I plan on putting together using more of those words. I want to grab some lace out of my stash. I'm going to add some lace to this. And these little birdies, I printed them out in a size on my paper, which makes them at a 3. It was like a picture, like a 3x5 picture, because when you originally print them on a sheet of paper, they come out like this. But I wanted them to be small so that they wouldn't be too big for my image, for my snippet roll. So I will show you more of that as I go along as well. But right now, I am going to pause the video so that I can do some stitching, because I want to stitch my second signature as well as this page here, and then I'm going to add more to the snippet roll before I come back and show you that. I thought I would just show you guys my sewing machine. I'm not using anything all special or anything. My boys purchased me this sewing machine back in 2018. They got it from Walmart and it was 50 bucks. And I absolutely love it. It's lightweight, and what is it? A genome or genome, however you pronounce it. But they purchased this for me in 2018, and it was at Walmart for 50 bucks. And I sew on paper, I sew on fabric, but this is just my crafting sewing machine, and this is what I use. So I really would like to show you guys how I plan on doing this cover. So it might be a little loud. Again, I apologize because I really don't know how to mute it, but hopefully I am able to mute it out. I definitely don't know how to do a voiceover. But again, this is the front cover, and what I did is I made 2 copies in that, so that way it could be back. The cardstock is a little heavyweight, And this will be the inside of the front cover. So this will be the outside. This is the inside front cover with a pocket. And then this will be the back cover. This will be the inside of the back, and then of course the back of the pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first, with this being the front cover, I'm going to stitch coming around here, down here, and down to the bottom. So that way I can at least have my pocket held in place in the 3 sides. And I'm going to do that to the front and the back cover. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to stitch down the spine on both sides on my journal cover. And the way I'm going to bind my book is by using some, what are these called? I can't think of the name of these. My goodness. But eyelets. Okay. Yeah, that's what they're called, I believe. So I'm going to use the eyelets in order to attach my signatures. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, this is only my second time making a skinny journal, a tall skinny journal. So this is my process. This is my thought process anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to stitch this down along with you guys. One moment so I can sit down and try to get this situated so I can see properly. I am going to first ink up my pocket though. I guess I should have did that first. I apologize if I seem to be all over the place. But again, I normally just come on YouTube and show my finished results. I am using, what is this? Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. Alrighty. So now I will go ahead and start sewing. And again, like I say, I don't worry about the neatness of things as far as my stitching goes, because it's a junk journal and things are supposed to look messy as far as I'm concerned. It's handmade, and to me that's good. Now, with this being the back cover, I'm going to stitch coming here, here, and here. And then when I get ready to stitch the acetate, then I'll go down to one time with that. So again, like I say, it's 2 pieces of paper that's going to give it the weight so my cover won't be too flimsy. And hopefully you guys are able to see me as I stitch without any problems. I'm doing a zigzag stitch. Which I did not do my back stitch starting that off, but all is well. So I'm gonna go ahead, that's how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and do the front cover, and I'll be right back. Okay, and now I'm getting ready to stitch down this piece of acetate. I just have a paper clip holding it. Hopefully you are able to see that. But all I do is just stick it down under here. Not too far inside. Paper clip. Alrighty. So as you can see, hopefully you're able to see. Sorry if you weren't, but that's the acetate held down on one side. I'll do the other side, and then that will be my cover being complete. So now this is my cover. So my spine is the acetate spine. That's the front. And then this is the inside of it with the two pockets. And then the back cover. So right now what I'm going to do is go ahead and go off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch down the rest of my pages for my second signature. Then I'll be back when it's time to get ready to figure out my decorating process. Okay, so I have basically stitched down all the papers for my journal. These are the different papers I will be adding in addition to the digitals from Carolyn's Etsy shop. So I will have these papers, and I did stitching on here. The only thing I have to do outside of the stitching for these pages is, because the inside are very white, I'm going to add some distress ink just to tone that down some. So I'm going to do that. As far as for my snippet roll, I did lightly tack it down. I didn't tack it down fully, but what I do when I'm doing my snippet roll, which is what probably a lot of people do, I'm not sure, but I just use a little bit of glue stick directly in the center because I stitch along the sides. So I just use a little bit of glue stick just so I can hold the pieces in place. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch down both sides of this. Then I'll start decorating. I have to switch out this burgundy thread because I believe I said already that I do want to make a few ruffles using these colors as well. I think there's one more. Yeah, this one. So I do want to make some ruffles using these colors as well. So after I stitch this down, I'm going to swap out my thread and start embellishing my book. And another thing that I did already, you know, to kind of cut down on time, let me move that sewing machine out the way, is I already did all my cut aparts and inked everything. So these are just some of the cut aparts that come along with the kit. So like I said, I will just start embellishing my book, and I'll come back to show you guys how that's looking. All right, one moment. Okay, so here are all my little elements. Again, this is for my tall skinny journal, which is this here. I have the 2-inch acetate spine. These are the papers that will be going on the inside of this journal. Inside pockets, all my pages. These are the elements that I'll be using. I know right here it looks like a lot, but all of this is not going to go inside of this one journal. Here's my completed snippet roll. Not much, just a little something. Again, I will be binding my journal using these little eyelets, and I will be using this thread here that I have. The different little elements and stuff. So like I say, it's a lot. I did prep a lot of it, but I'm also making another journal in the regular landscape layout. So some of those elements will be going inside of this journal as well. So I'll be back, everyone, with the final flip through. Thank you all for hanging out with me thus far. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here's the end result. This is my 2 signature skinny junk journal using the Christmas Garden kits. So this is the front. I just wrapped a piece of the scrap fabric. As of right now, I just have this dangling from it that says Christmas Garden. Just a little placeholder. This is what it looks like. If I were to change anything, I would have made both the signatures have the same cover, but it's all good. I still think it looks very pretty. Then this is the back. So let's go ahead and do a quick flip through. Hopefully I'm in frame and you're able to see everything. Oh, did I show you guys this part of it? So that's what that looks like from the side. So when you open it, you come to this here. And then in this pocket, have these 2 tags. I'll put everything back once I'm all done flipping through everything. I just have one element at the top. Again, like I said, I did do some distress inks on the back of the pages that were just white. And here's a little pocket. This tag. And then in this pocket here, and for the most part, for those who watch my videos of my flip throughs, you know for the most part I keep my journals blank because for me I do a lot of writing in my journals. So here's 3 pockets. And then these 2 little writing pieces in that one. And then the top pocket has this tag. And that's what that page looks like. And that's a little element at the top. Book page here with a piece of the snippet roll, and then inside of here have this tag. The center of the first signature, and then on this side have this tuck spot, and then on the inside of the pocket just a piece of coffee stained paper. Another piece of coffee stained paper. Says Emmanuel, God is with us. And it's just blank on the inside. I did a little stitching down this little handwriting paper. Another fabric cluster. And then off camera, I did not share that part with you, but I did make some hidden paper clips. So on this side it says shepherd, and then on the back it says hope. And it's holding this butterfly tag. And again, see, when I was saying that I just stitch, it doesn't matter if it's messy. I don't aim for perfection and straight lines. I just stitch because I like the way it looks. And then here's another snippet piece, and then I tuck this tag on the inside. Oops. And then in this pocket I have this tag. So that's the end of the first signature. Going into the second one, here's another hidden paper clip. So on this side it says Jesus, and then on this side it says faith. And I think it was holding something. Yes, holding this tag here. And in this belly band, just holding this tag. Then in this book pocket, I have this tag here. And again, coffee stained paper, and it just says you are his. Just something where you can just quickly jot down something. More of that handwriting paper. Another little spot where you can journal. Then in this little pocket, I have these two elements. And then in this pocket here, a little journaling spot. The center of the second signature, love never fails. Then in here, for this snippet roll, I just cut a piece of scrap paper I had. This is cardstock, and then I did ink on the back of that as well. Then in this pocket here, all is calm, all is bright. Have this little tuck piece there. And then inside of here, another scrap piece of cardstock. Then here it just says glad tidings, little corner pocket. And this is just scrap coffee stained paper that I just stapled and tucked inside of here. Another fabric cluster that says rejoice. Tag. And then this tag here. And then here, more of that snippet roll with this tag tucked in. And then in this pocket, I have this tag. And then here's the back of the book. And I have these two tags in here. Again, another piece of the scrap cardstock that I had. And then this one says Christmas begins with Christ. So I just tucked those two inside of this back pocket. And of course just stamped it with the Inspired by Life, created by hand, one of a kind art created by Ebony. So this is what I have created. using Carolyn's Christmas Garden digital kits. And again, I use elements from all 4 kits. I will have her information linked down below, as well as the other ladies who participated. And again, in case you just want to screenshot that. And if you haven't already, you can go back and catch days 1, 2, and 3. And again, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can leave your comments down below. And as always, please subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye.